Hi everyone. For today's video, we're going to look at the very important concept of estimation in project management. So, what do you mean by estimate? It's basically the anticipated or the probable cost of work. Okay, and usually you do this right before your work of construction begins. Okay, so the process of preparing this estimate is called the estimation, and it's either done manually or you use a computer to actually help you do it. Okay, and you utilize all of the civil drawings or all of the architectural or working drawings that is given to you by the designer or by the architect, and then you multiply it with the suitable rates to get the total expenditure of the project. Okay, so different types of estimates, there's six of them: the preliminary estimate or approximate estimate, the plinth area estimate for a building, the cube rate estimate, the approximate quantity method estimate, the detailed estimate or item rate estimate, and the revised estimate. So coming to the types of estimates, the first out of the six is actually the preliminary estimate or the approximate estimate. So this is usually done at the early stages of a project where you need to calculate the initial, rough cost or the ballpark figure, so that you can determine whether or not if the project is feasible for you, whether or not you can make decisions based on it. Okay, so it'll help you make decisions. This is the first type. The second is the plinth area estimate. So how do you do this? You basically take the plinth area or the basic area on the floor plan, and then you multiply it by the rate of a similar project in the same locality. Okay, so there's a residence in the same locality that you're planning to build a residence. You look at it, take the total area, and if you're looking at a say 1,000 square feet house, you'd automatically look at 1,000 square feet house in the same locality and get the approximate rates of it and multiply it. Just again, this is also a very approximate type of estimation. Okay, so the third type is the cube rate estimate. Okay, so the advantage in this that is that, okay, so your six estimates actually increase in accuracy as you go down. So cube rate estimates are slightly more accurate than your preliminary and plinth area. They take into account your height. Okay, so you take the total volume of a particular building and then you multiply it with the unit rate per cubic meter or cubic foot of similar projects. So again, you're going to be looking at similar projects in this case, but your height is accounted for. That's the advantage. Okay. The fourth is your approximate quantity method estimate. In this is again a preliminary method. Okay, but what do is that you basically divide the structure into foundation and superstructure. Okay, and you take the total wall length in running meter or running unit length, whatever, and then you multiply it with a predetermined rate of per running meter. Okay, and you'll get the total project cost from this. The fifth method is detailed estimate or item rate estimate. In this, it's one of the most accurate forms of estimate, where you're actually breaking it down into the individual work items and you calculate specific quantities, you calculate the cost for each, okay, and then you list all of them down, and you'll actually be using project drawing specifications and say market rates, etc. So you're basically looking like for an updated item rates in the market, and then you'll be calculating this. This is very essential if you want to tender or if you need some technical approvals. Your detailed estimates or item rate estimates are very necessary, and it also makes project management much easier. Okay. The last type is the revised estimate, which is basically an updated cost, estimate. Okay, so you look at the preliminary estimate, and then whenever you get new information or whenever there's a condition change, say for example a particular materials cost has risen in the market, you automatically replace it. Okay, and then you state the reason for why you're replacing or why you're varying it, and then you add in. Okay, so whenever new data becomes available or new conditions emerge, you automatically change your estimates, and then you reflect a more accurate picture of what's going to be the expenditure, and it'll help you guide your future actions. So yes, that's the end of today's video. See you in the next one.